So today we will go further from where we had left. Is that after mammals, meaning to become a mammal, you need to have a lot of emotions. So the constant checking is that are you feeling like losing something? If yes, cut that thought because you are not from this place. That's how you need to make it. Okay. So let's say I have a son and I feel so connected. I can't stand 5 minutes or 10 minutes not seeing him or wife or someone. Then it's a trouble. I would be a mammal. Maybe human, that's fine, but still womb entry. Stop the womb entry. Okay. Not that we shouldn't love our children or wife or husband or anything like that. We should. 100% we should. But don't carry unnecessary baggage, either as raga or dvesha. These two are craving. So if I hate my wife or son, is equivalent to loving the son and wife. Next life, you will get a person who is going to hate you forever. Okay, that's a disadvantage of hating. Don't hate and don't get too attached, but then you lose it. Either way, you're going to lose it. And stop the moha. Okay, so social norm is created. Don't get too much attached to social norms. Do the social thing as you would do, like going to an office and working and adhering to whatever they say, and you come back, take your salary, and you're done. That's it. Like how I used to do is once you swipe out, done. Until swiping, until my card is not swiped, I'll think about the company where I'm working. But from the time I take the train to the time I reach home, no thoughts about this company, ABB. No. Then, if there are meetings after coming back, switch it on. After the meeting, switch it off. No, stop it. No proliferation at all. Because you're doing it for living. It's you're earning for living, not living for earning. That's a difference. If I earn for living, no problem. Samma ajiva. If I live for earning, it's misery. Going to become an animal. Shouldn't do it. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't work. We should. Now come to birds. All kind of birds. I don't want to say which bird and what bird and all that, and becomes controversial and becomes even more tough. So what does the bird do? If you have watched from a sparrow to a crow to anything, they are very alert. Just go near it, just flies. So it's always on the move. So the first thing I need to have in life is anxiety. Here, right now, as I am saying, high form of anxiety and always worked up, always stressful, and always unsettled. This unsettling, everything is unsettling. This cannot be settled. So I jump from one to this, try to accomplish as much as I can. So that's the thing. And then in this life, I'm an opportunist. The more the merrier. Okay. Seeking opportunity. Well, doesn't mean that we shouldn't find an opportunity. We should. But opportunist is different than opportunity. Opportunist is a person who will look at something and he will try to exploit the situation. He knows he's exploiting situations. There's an intention to exploit the situation. So then should be an opportunist. And then he should be constantly, or he or she should be constantly scanning what next, what next, what next, what's the next thing. His eyes or her eyes will be going here, there, here, there, here, there. Really unsettled eyes. And you can see it. The eyes are not stable. And the body gestures are just moving. They can't keep it settled at all. Okay. Then nothing to contemplate. That means the moha has increased. No contemplation. And then what happens is that the raga will be medium, dosa will be medium, moha will be high, along with udacha, restlessness. Okay. So if you see any bird, it flies. You see any person, he's unsettled. You know, it's like a bird. Will fly. Very unsettled, he or she. So what you should do? Nothing. Don't scare the bird. And what should I? Should I hug the bird? No. Don't do anything. Just know it's a bird. With a human body. See, we are coming into a fancy show. You're going to meet all kind of people, or rather all kind of minds with different kind of bodies, but unfortunately you're seeing with only one kind of body and you think that's real. No, the chitta which is behind is playing games with this body, showing like a human. Okay, then what happens? The mental habit is that that person says, I'm always busy. You just ask him, how are you? I'm busy. And it's unsettled. Unsettled. That's the thing. What you need to say is unsettled. If you are such a nature of unsettled and searching all the time, can be 99% sure the next life you're a bird. And provided you have moha, if you have some knowledge or some wisdom, you'll come back to human life with an anxiety driven, meaning your instincts and anxiety are going to be so closely coupled that the person is instinctive and very anxious. If I take my father as an example, it's a good example. Now that I can see it, earlier I was not able to see it. I could see that that poor being has both instinctive, anxious. I only hope he has not got a bird life. Okay. And finally, here in this life, because opportunist person will only look at his advantage. Okay. And they don't mind character assassinations. Okay. They will do it with purpose. They might not do with purpose, will become habituated. So then in this life, they chase something, can be something. It's very unfortunate. They chase anything. It's just a chase, like entertainment or money or position or this. It's futile, but they just keep on chasing and becoming unsettled all the time. Unsettled, unsettled, unsettled. Okay. And they would like to hold something, but something else comes up. Then they drop this and go there. But neither they are happy with this, not happy with that, not happy with this, like that. They keep on changing, get tired. So the problem with that birth is the next birth, even if it's human, is heights of restlessness and anxiety. to an extent that they require somebody to hold them in case of they get panic attacks. Yeah, that's the story about birds. And in one sutta, Buddha talks about this one, this exact point what I'm talking about. He asks Charananama Chitta, is in Dutiya Gaddula Sutta. Okay. Have you heard about Charananama Chitta? Charana means movie. Chitta, like a movie. This is so picturesque. He says the colors of the feathers in a bird is no match to the Chitta's colors, because that color also was brought by the Chitta. So, what you see, the bird being pretty, is created by the mind, for the mind, and the restlessness created that. It's so unfortunate. It looks pretty. So many birds, you say, wow, what a bird. But you just try to see the bird, what it does. Maybe you won't like it. You should go on YouTube and search for birds, each bird, how they kill their own siblings, how they kill their own children, how they hunt, how they manipulate. Okay. If you see them, you will understand it's no colorful. Okay, so this is the second. Okay, now come to reptiles, amphibians. Except for whales. Whales are something which are partially mammalistic and partially on the amphibians kind. But otherwise, they have, all of these have predatory patience. So as human, the person has two things. He can camouflage the hatredness, or he or she can camouflage the hatredness and can hold grudge. And you know that he's having grudge. He won't show it. But at the right moment, he will kill that person. He'll be waiting. And one thing is, they enjoy the suffering of others. So, first thing, you should be cold. That means you have emotions, but you have cold emotions. You're very emotional. That person is very emotional, but very cold emotions, meaning he doesn't show anything, as though everything is good. And he laughs it off, or he or she will laugh it off. If somebody says, this happened to him, okay, it's good. Good it happened. I'm so convinced it happened. And very detached. All on the negative side, not on the positive. Detachment. Negative detachment, because he has to scheme it. Okay. So these people are very scheming in this life, in human life. Always have schemes. And you should see them watching teledramas which are of that kind. So you can be 100% sure. They would not watch something which is better. They would always love something which is schemed in how to spoil something. Okay. So in this life, how they built up is long resentment, okay, which camouflages their peaceful attention, very cold and cruel, and revenge mentality. So because of that, reptiles include snakes and all of these, they're pretty cold. Okay. Not cold as body touching cold, cold as emotions. And they have a lot of this, they would like to be predatory, meaning even as a human, he has a predatory way of looking. So first he'll make friends, then he will exploit, then he will tarnish that person. Okay, if you have such friends, you can see it in action. They're very smart because they don't have emotional attachment. So they can scheme. So this thing is, a person should be scheming in this life. And they completely use that time and energy in scheming. Something, they will scheme. In the smallest of the thing, they'll scheme it because they meticulously plan, they will rehearse, they will work it out. So they have that patience. Kanti, they have a lot, but with cruel intention. So they wait for the bait to come, including spiders. Now, when we come to insects, you'll see this, but they also have the same kind. Okay. Then we come to the fish aquatic life. First thing in this life, panic. Second thing, survival, always in fear. Third thing, always moving. And fourth one, they can't stick together. They always separate. So, Dvesha is low, other two are very high. In this life, they're stingy and they're fear based and they're always in confusion and cannot be taught on morality. None of these can be taught of morality, but these people can never be spoken about morality. They say it's all created. There's nothing like that. Okay, so they live only for survival. Survival is the only mechanism. That means they will do anything to survive. It doesn't matter what it is. And there's no ethics talk. Yeah. And because the basis is fear, they get aquatic life. They can't go out of water. Okay, in this life, what happens? Some people get obsessed by swimming. They're so obsessed that if they don't swim one day, they feel world has come down, fallen apart. The moha has to increase. So that's the reason in the Samanya Palasutta, he says many things you shouldn't do as professions, which includes these also, sports, because it will take these as your rebirth chitta. It's very dangerous, actually. But anyway, so this is how the person becomes an aquatic thing. Okay. And then we go insects which are hoarding, especially honeybee. So these people, main thing, same thing with lice and honeybees. They almost have the same kind of mentalities. But honeybee has a different mentality. They keep on sucking. So some people are suckers, right? So you know. They suck out everything you have. Okay. And something is new, they go there to suck it. So let's say some friend is there. You introduce that friend to him or her. They both become friends. Because that guy is sucking now. And after sucking, he'll throw it out. He'll take another one and another one, another one, another one, another one. Like flowers. Right? Sucking nectar from flowers. One. Two, they're very stingy. They don't give anything. They only know how to take it from you. You give them anything, they'll take it. But you ask them something, they can't give. They'll immediately vanish from that place. Okay. And they save and save and save as though the world is going to fall on them. So they keep on saving and they keep on worrying on their financial, how much ever they have, doesn't matter. But they always worry about it. They're very obsessive and they're obsessed with accumulation. They just keep accumulating. And there's no need for so much accumulation, but then they accumulate. Okay. That means they are not generous. On the contrary, they fear losing. So then it's the right foundation for becoming honeybee. Because in the honeybee state, they keep on sucking flowers, from flowers nectar, store it, somebody will steal it and go. But they will not be able to enjoy. Same thing happens as human. They keep on hoarding it. They never use it. They love it to see it increasing, but they will never use it, never want to use it. And their enjoyment is in looking at it increasing. Let's say I put some stocks and I've put some mutual fund, fixed deposits, this, that, whatever it is. I don't want to use it. Sorry, not for me. I want to see it grow. So constantly sucking. And if somebody is smart than me, I will go there to learn that smartness. Okay, I want it. I want it. I want it. So just keep on accumulation. And the moha should increase. So and the thing is, of all the things what Buddha says is some moha has to increase. Okay. That's where avidya is. The more the moha, the better. So the sankhara can happen, then the vinyana, then the namarupa, then salayatana, then phassa, like that. It's completion. Patisamutpada. So if I didn't have avidya, then there's nothing to gain or lose. But here, I have avidya because I have moha. And the moha says that you will lose. So I don't want to lose. So I want to accumulate. I want to see it. Spending is losing. If I spend, I lose. So what I do? Let's take Bobby example, that I go with Bobby and I will enter into the Saravana Bhavan, and the time comes for me to pay, I will go to the washroom. And I come back and see his face whether this person has paid the bill or not. And then, Vilasji, I paid this money. Okay, Bobby, next time. Which next time? I don't know, whichever that next time comes. So then next time, again, we go to the same restaurant near his home. And then this time I say, Bobby, I just remembered something. I think I'll have to go pick it up and come. You don't pay, I'm telling you, I'll come. Then 10 minutes passed, 15 minutes passed, half an hour passed, no sign of me coming, and that server comes and asks what happened to the payment. And then he pays. Bobby, sorry, I got caught up in traffic. Like that. Hoarding. I can't stand spending. I can't stand spending because I see it losing, the number going down. I have lots of money. That no, 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 don't talk about that. I don't want to lose it. Meaning it shouldn't go down. I want to see it full. So I keep on sucking. So then on job, I'm not happy because I see somebody getting more than me. So I need to be there. I need to be there. I need to be there, like that. The whole life is spent out of fear and because of constant collecting. Now, how to cut off from honeybee? Stop comparing. Or rather, all birds, insects, animals. You don't want to be there, just don't compare. You're out of it. You're not fit to be there. So cut comparison and don't compete. Done. Because that mana is measurement, and that has aspect of measuring through comparison. If you compare, you will have problem. Don't compare. Then you're happy. You have it, you enjoy. Don't have it, forget it. Somebody has it, enjoy. Anyway, we come to the how to cut it out later, but presently you understand that lobha and moha, or raga and dvesha, moha, three things. Moha, raga, they are highest. Dvesha is not much. Now we come to other insects. All insects have one thing in common: mechanical behavior. As a human, I've been a mechanical behavior person, very mechanical. Yep, that's the key point here. So the behavior, what I have is mechanical, runs on autopilot most of the time, meaning absent-mindedism. Autopilot mode means always lost, just runs on autopilot mode. Intellect is sleeping in insects, meaning they have intelligence only to seek something, but they can't reason out anything. As a human, I've shut down intellect. There's no intellect. There's consciousness, but there's no intellect. Through intellect only you can get wisdom. Otherwise, there's no wisdom. So first thing that shuts down is intellect. You can't use intelligence. That means you mean to say the birds and insects and don't have intelligence. They do have, but just to seeking something. That's it. So the first thing we need to do is that we need to be not seeking all the time while human. Should be settled. Don't seek. Even on this Dhamma, don't become a constant seeker. It creates unsettling nature. And when it creates unsettling nature, it becomes habitual. Once it becomes habit, you're creating necessary sankharas to push to the gati, destiny, to go there, settle it. Okay, all of these have unsettling nature. So there's no empathy and there's no planning. So then what happens? Moha is as usual, raga dvesha is moderate, but thinamida kicks in. So there it was udacha, here it is thinamida. So when Buddha talks about five hindrances, he's removing these five hindrances from the animalistic nature what we have. So let's look at one by one. Visikiccha, doubt. Doubt comes out of fear, and fear comes out of insecurity. Insecurity comes out of anxiety. If I'm anxious, you know where I can go, right? in the birds. So to cut the apayas. So don't get anxious. Cut it. So to not be anxious shouldn't be fearful. To not being fearful, you should have trust in Buddha Dhamma Sangha. You understand? The fear is created, it's not real. It's created in the mind, in the chitta, because you stayed there in a place which is fearful. So you've carried it. So the only thing you can do is to cut it off by using what is Buddha Dhamma Sangha, especially practicing the 15 Charana Dhammas. That's when you get Saddha, okay, or Shraddha, faith. Now, if I do this, the fear is gone. When the fear is gone, you're cut off the lower beings. All of those beings live on fear. Their basic thing is fear. In human, the fear is with human only, nothing else than human. You are not a target for any animal or bird or insect or whatever it is. Like, let's take the example, a spider is waiting and a fly is sitting there, especially queen spider just watches, doesn't go and eat. It waits. It can wait endlessly. It has so much of hatred that it can wait. It waits. Just check on YouTube. There are a lot of documentaries on spiders, how they scheme it. You should see the scheming. They just be scheming. And when this fly enters, gets stuck, it doesn't do anything. It watches that shaking thing, what's happening. And then it is caught up. It's lying helpless. Then it comes and starts scratching it. And that's painful actually, but it enjoys the pain. It doesn't eat, doesn't kill instantly, just scratches. And then sees whether it is dying or not. It didn't, again, it scratches. Like a tickling. And then it cuts the head little bit and watches. Then it goes back. Then again comes back and eats. This is how it would do. So as a human, I would be doing exactly the same thing. Okay. Because I'm addicted to pain. All sex offenders, all offenders are basically of this kind. They love enjoying others' suffering. So they're addicted. Okay. And they're very dull nature. They don't want to do anything. They just want to suck, take it. And they are in spiritual sleep. That means they can't be awakened. So these people are out of Sura Meraya Majja, that's the third one, intoxicated. Okay. And that's the reason Buddha is trying to cut all of this, because we hold all of this inside. So Visikicha, Udacha, Kukucha, Thinamida, Vyapada, Kamachanda. All of these are instinctive. You have to come out of it. Cross that. So when you cross that, you are released from these existences, because the animalistic nature, the bird, etc., these nature thrive on fear. So now you've just given up fear. So you are in sati. Okay. And after insects, we come to the Peta. Now it is something chronic hunger, always hungry. Hungry for food? No. Hungry for everything. Hungry for information. Hungry for entertainment. Hungry for eating. Hungry for buying. Hungry for everything. Unsatiable hunger. Okay. And they are always lonely and depressed. They have everything, but they're depressed. Requires constant medical attention or emotional attention or psychotherapy or this therapy, that therapy, or whatever it is. Okay. And they act schizo or they have dual mindset, a bipolar disorder, like that. Then they're obsessive with themselves, narcissistic. Okay. They love their image more than anything else. And they're never satisfied. Now, when they do this, they have extreme greed and they can exploit anyone in any way. Doesn't matter because they're always hunger. They're in hunger. So, hunger and exploitation are the same. Okay. Exploitation comes out of hunger because you require more. So you start exploiting things. You don't care what happens and can never give anything because they are so hungry. And if they take something, it's again hunger. So they again take it, as again hunger, again take it, again hunger. Right? So then they start taking without gratitude because they don't know what is gratitude. They say, yeah, I've got it. That's it. So then they thrive by exploiting others. And the major thing is cheating. The main fundamental thing of what a Peta, to get a Peta birth, is cheating. Keep on cheating. It just keeps a habitual cheating and they're always emotionally empty. They're loner, so they cheat. So they're always striving to be starving. They starve. It's not about eating. They starve. They're unsatisfied, literally unsatisfied. They might have the best of the husband, but they find emptiness in that. Or they might have best of the wife or children or money or whatever it is. They find something missing. And they keep on running behind what is missing. And they're never satisfied even if they get it. So they're unsatisfied. And they are too possessive about themselves. So they feel they are very good looking, very whatever they feel. There's not much sex drive, but then they are unsatisfied there. So they're always in seeking for that pleasure. And they turn hungry ghost. Beta. This is below the animal, meaning Tirachayoni is this. I'm not covering Asura right now, but that's what it is. Okay. Asura is higher than the animal. And then the Manusa. We're at 9:13. Okay. I can think I can finish it till here. So basically, what we can see here is my nature with others. That's Dhamma. When you say Dhamma, it's a nature. My nature with the other person. What's my nature? My nature consists of three things: Raga, Dvesha, Moha. This is my Dhamma. And that's the same Dhamma for everyone. Now, I need to see how much Raga I hold. Okay. Raga means coloring. How much I am colored. Okay. Rakta is blood, meaning color of blood. Virakta means no colored, uncolored. Rakta is colored, blood. Blood has a color. So that's a simile given. So raga is colored. What it really means is you wear a color glass and you presume that's the color of it. That's what it is. So possessions are colored. That's raga. And that demands dvesha. Meaning, if you don't get that raga, that color, you are dissatisfied, or I am dissatisfied. So I have dvesha. Okay. These two are stemming from craving, tanha, because of the feeling, vedana. Okay. I'm feeling sukha. So I am colored to think this one gives me sukha, so I want it. Whereas if I don't get it, I'm in dvesha. Clear? The anxiety is because of missing out on raga. So I have dvesha. Dvesha doesn't mean anger. Dvesha means feeling uneasy and getting worked up if that thing doesn't come. That's dvesha. Now these two thrive on craving. The last one, moha, thrives on avijja, ignorance. So if I crave for wife, raga. If I dislike for wife, dvesha, is because this wife thing is not doing what I wanted her to do. Basically, because Abhijja says there is wife in truth and spirit, in real. There's a wife, even though there's no wife, because it's created. It's you marry and you got a wife, not otherwise. The knowledge, wisdom is to know there's no wife. It's just a role. Doesn't matter. And then your raga is gone. Because if the moha cannot thrive, the raga is also gone. So the main thing about Buddha Dhamma is to remove the moha, not raga and dvesha. Because the craving will go if the moha is not there. So avijja yatveva asesa viraga nirodha. It's not about ending the craving. Craving will end when the avijja is not there. Not just cutting craving. How, on what will you cut craving? So first you need to know that there is moha. Some moha. So when I remove the some from the moha, I get some eyesight, maybe like a cataract. Okay, I can see something. Oh, wait a second, what I was seeing. And that moha is five aggregates. Okay, so now you see the clinging to five aggregates. The sammoha is gone. You see the five aggregates, clinging, upadana. Now you know the reason for dukkha. So then little more eyesight opens up. And then you have trimmed the moha. So now you can see Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vinyana. Then you come out of it and then Upadana is ended. You feel relieved and the Raga and Dvesha falls down. At that moment you have Nibbana, the taste of Nibbana. The very moment you are in Sotapatti, Phala. Now it's unshakable. Nobody can steal it from you. That means the four apayas are gone forever. To do this, the last section is on Asura. So let me try to get you there. To get into the Sotapatti state, you need to remove the Asura character in you or in me. Okay. So first thing is stop competing. Second, Don't have pride, aggressive pride. Don't get jealousy. Don't get into power obsessions. Because these are the characteristics of person who is an asura. Sura, su is good. Sura is a good person. Asura is a bad person. Simple. Because he's dominating. Why? Because it's only ego battles and chronic rivalries and desire to dominate and always in conflicts, etc. Now, where do you find conflicts? In concepts. What are the concepts? These people thrive on information. What kind of information? Politics, religion, tradition, customs, house, this, that. Just keep on competing, comparing. That's all they would love to do it. Okay. So never get into power games where it creates asuric stuff. You'll always find fault with someone. So this example. If somebody asks me, do you like Rahul Gandhi versus Modi? What should I select? I should only say they both are five khandas. That's the answer. Because Moha will say he is Rahul Gandhi, Moha will say he is Modi, and then I will either like Rahul or I will like Modi. I become Modi supporter or I'll become Rahul supporter, and now then you have a conflict, power battle within myself. Who is going to win the next general election? It's up to the people. But presently, I'm in Asura. Forget the politics, games. Which team is going to win? India or Sri Lanka? Or India or Australia? India or New Zealand? How many players are there? 11. So how many khandas are there? 22. Plus 2 umpires. 24. Khandas. That's it. Done. Is there a game? No. No competition. Always cut competition. Because competition creates envy and pride. Envy if you are losing, pride if you are winning. That's Asura. So you need to be fighting, jealous to get an Asura birth. So after human Asura, after Asura Tirachayoni, after Tirachayoni Peta, after Peta Niraya. It's like that's a it's called Vyapada, walking down. First you walk down to human, it's walking down to human. You walk down to human from Abhasara. You walk down, not walked up. Just walk down. Then you're walking down into Asura. Now you're walking down into the Tiracha. Then you're walking down into the Peta. Then you're walking down to Niraya. All within this human body, I'm telling you. Not outside this body. How? Just watch a political documentary for 1 hour. Debate, basically. Just sit for a debate. Whether Trump is good or that person is good, one debate. Whether this is good, that is good, another debate. Or what's happening in India, another debate. Like that, you just settle down in a debate. Watch your mind as a witness. You can see this. Before the debate, your mind was wisdom oriented. The moment you get caught up in the details, it turns into Asura. It takes sides, then turns competitive. Then slowly you can see you're drawn by it. So, when drawn by it, your blood will, there's a huge supply of blood. You're getting worked up. So then after that comes tirachayoni. Depends on how cold-blooded you are, or how hot-blooded you are, or how warm, how emotional, how this, how that. All of this is the tirachas thing. Then after a while, you get hungry for information. You want more and more information. You start searching for those videos, and even more feeding, 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 feeding. It's endless feeding, endless. Whole day I'm browsing the videos, one after the other, this after this, after this, after this, after this. At that moment, I'm in Peta Yoni, getting worked up, heated up. The Buddha calls Siti Bhuta, meaning cool down. No, he's totally heated up. Okay? Instead of Sita, Unha, Ushna. Ushna means heat. Usna Bhuta. So getting heated up. I don't care. Now I start sweating. In fact, after watching documentaries or debates or whatever, you can see you're tired. You're physically and mentally drained out. Just observe it. You didn't do anything. You just sat and watched it. You're tired. Anyway, coming back to this, from the Peta, it pulls you into the Niraya, where you start sweating of heat and you get worked up. How do you find it? If somebody comes and disturbs you, you get terribly upset and angered because somebody told something. I'll give you an example, which just happened 2 weeks ago. My uncle had come from Hubli. So we went to my brother's home and he was watching a debate of some politic thing. So I went, he's 84-year-old, by the way, my father's younger brother, switched off the remote. I said, I'm here to talk. Let's switch it off. Should see his anger. And he was frustrated because anyway he's old, nothing he can do now. But he was so frustrated, he was so angered, he was so violent on himself. He couldn't do anything. And my brother is saying, switch it on. I said, no, not switching it on. Till I leave this place, no TV. And he's saying that, oh, this is very important. I said, nothing is important, leave it. So we stayed there for 10 minutes, think so. 10, 15 minutes. I had to go up to that meditation thing. So he saw a sigh of relief that I'm out of that place. I put on the TV and continued watching. Right? So in that moment, he's in Niraya. It's such an unfortunate thing. After that, this deputy chief minister of Maharashtra passed away in an air crash or that helicopter crash. So my brother and my uncle, they both are watching. It's with, I don't know, it's crazy. And they're giving commentary. Why this person has not come, this is in this Baramati, this should come, that should have come. And I'm watching these two people giving me commentary, which is also the TVs are giving a commentary as well. It's not that only I have to give commentary. That lady is giving commentary. On that commentary, these two people are talking commentary. Okay. They're not seeing few hours ago, he was a deputy chief minister, and right now, it's a headless body. Right? And they're not seeing that. And they're talking about how many sugar mills they have, how much money he has made, and blah, blah, all that. But he couldn't take a single rupee from that place. I was just watching how moha binds the person. So my uncle is giving commentary, and they asked me not to switch off the TV. Not really spoken, but those eyes were saying that not today. We are seeing this. So myself and wife, we both went there, and they're giving us running commentary of it. I just sat down for a few minutes, looking at this fun, and they're saying why it is taking so much time for this salute. Will they give the state honor? They don't give state honor. There's a debate on that. These two people, as though they've been asked to give expert comment on that. Okay, and then after that there was a salute, and then now you see, I told you, right, there will be. And my uncle saying, yeah, they should have done it early, they shouldn't be doing it later, and all that. And the question was, did the son put the fire or he didn't, and all of that. It was fun. Now, no sugar mill he could carry. He might have had all the Maharashtra sugar mills, and North Karnataka also, a lot of sugar mills he owns. Fair. But that didn't stop him from dying. But the way the moha was, some moha, I was just wondering what at this moment the Chuti Chitta happens to my uncle. Where would he be? A poor being will get into Niraya. He was my uncle. And how long will he take to come back from there? So, should you watch these things? don't don't get into an argument with anyone, or don't get into a competitive comparison attitude if you don't want to be in this. Remove the moha, remove the competition and comparison. Moha is shortened. So first is sammoha. So you see the person as a person. No, you see a person as something what is being told. Chief Minister, right? Or wife, husband, son, daughter. These are roles. There is no person there. But you feel there is a real person. That's sammoha. Don't shake it. So then moha is when you see it as a role as opposed to a person. Little bit of that eyesight has come. Then slight reduction of that moha is 5 aggregates. Then you can see rupa, vedana, feeling, sanya, perception, sankhara, the volitions or the preparation or the choices you make. Then the vijnana, conscious experience of that person. You see that that person is a created thing. So you lose that magical illusion. Then even more breaking of that moha reduces the raga. Now there's no attachment to that because you know there's nothing there. There's no person sitting there. So you reduce that. Then what happens? The dvesha is gone because dvesha requires moha to be there. When the moha reduces, there's no dvesha. So at that point, you're an anagami. You're sakadagami because your kamachanda vyapada has twisted out. They're no longer associated much. So you're cool down. And when you really open up your eyes, chakku mudapadi, like this, you don't see the person at all. You just see truckload of bones and flesh. That's it. So the raga and dvesha is because moha is cut out almost. So you're an anagami. Then you again hit on the moha, it opens up like a coconut, just opens up. And you see essencelessness of anything. And now you've opened your eyes. Chakkumudapadi, Jnanamudapadi, Panyavudapadi, Alokodapadi. At which moment Raga Dvesha Moha is completely vanished. So you're an Arhat and also you have entered Nibbana while living. Okay, so from next Monday when we take the uppers. Now we have finished the lower. I don't want to talk about Niraya. And Lata had requested my experience of going in the realm. So before I take the upper, we will take it on Monday on how did I, who came, who took me, how I saw it. I was not sleeping, I can tell you. I was not dreaming also. I was completely awake. Okay, that was a nice experience because I can remember every place I went. Okay, and I stayed and to see how it is. It's such a experience. Below some level, but I don't know exactly what level is that. But above, certainly, yes. Except for the two of them, which he said, you are not presently qualified for it. Work it out, you can go there. That were the words in 2018, September, okay, in Leh. So I'll talk about that when we meet next. Okay, and she was the first person whom I told this. I was waiting to tell to someone. And it happened from 3 to 5 a.m. So thought the right person to talk because we used to chat a lot on this. And for me, anything happening, I used to tell her, like a child telling the mother, I had this, I had that, I had this, I had that. I should tell her every experience. So our 1 hour used to be spent only in my experience sharing to her. Anyway, so she should patiently listen to me.
I
Okay.
had also a deep interest,
Yeah.
right? So it's interesting for me to hear.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
And anyway, I'm lucky that I got to hear all your experiences. Even half of it, I did not understand anything. But still,
Yeah, earlier in Abu Dhabi, I used to write down in my mobile every day. I used to have one experience, I used to write down the second experience, write down third experience, write down every day in my 2 year, sorry, 6 months stay in Abu Dhabi. And with this disembodied being accompanying me, and then to have everyday experiences. So it used to be something like I keep on typing it out and looking at it. And I used to tell my wife, and she say, I don't know what you're doing there. Don't go mad. So I used to come down from my hotel, then walk around, some experience, again make a note of it, go sleep, another experience. So each one experiences I used to write down. I have many of them. Date wise, I have maintained. So even now, if I look back and see, it looks really stupid, but it's nice. Nice to keep a diary and see that how childish I was at that point in time. But anyway, I will cover that on Monday. But for now, that's all what I have. So this is the lower realms. Niraya is very hard. I have no experience of that Niraya as what Buddha puts in many of the suttas. So I don't want to just open up and say this is how it is. But that's there in the sutta itself. But Niraya, he gives exact thing, how it crushes, how this happens, how that happens, and all that. So I only sincerely hope that none of us land up there. I don't want anybody to land up, including my uncles and all of that, even though they keep on doing nonsense things in life, but I don't wish anybody to get there. But anyway, they have their own gati, destiny. So one question Praharsh had asked, so is it who creates destiny? It is you who creates it, nobody else. You create your own. Yes, Bobby?
Yes, you were saying about Vyabhada, walking down. So, can you please elaborate on that? Because that is an interesting meaning. So, it is the ill will, hatred, same word, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, the root word is bya, pada. Pada is feet, right?
Yes, Pada is feet. Yes.
Feet. So bya is to say like wronging, wrongdoing, wrongly making. So ill will is a wrong making, good will is a good making, right? So you have will, your will to do something which is good, your will to do something bad. So byapada means to do something bad, to wish something bad. That means you want to walk down. How do you know whether you've really done byapada or not? Look at the temperature of your body. You will literally come to see it. Okay, so you take Apple Watch from Merin, put it, get angry. I have an ill will. Okay, and then you see your breathing pattern changes. Then it gets heated up. Okay, then you have a heated argument. So let's say heated argument. Argument is human. Heated argument is lower beings. Okay. Now, when we say heated argument, that means some heat is there, right? That means you no longer a human,
Yes.
right? So you come down to the tiracha or to the asura. You first come to the asura because you are comparing, you're competing, you're aggressive. Aggression brings in arguments. So I need to be aggressive. And when I'm aggressive, I become manipulative also. Then I become cunning and all of that will come slowly adding up. So it comes to tiracha yoni. So tiracha yoni should have all of this. Then it comes to the peta, where your hunger increases to win the battle. I will mayor like that. So then peta. Then niraya. When niraya happens, you literally sweat, Bobby. It's so heated up that your body is sweating and you're shaking. Body entire shakes. If somebody takes a video of that, or you look at the road rage and other things on YouTube, you can literally see that the person has reached the end point, just niraya, hellish experience.
Yeah, so that means this Vyabhada is much, much dangerous than Kamachandra.
Yes,
right?
it is. It is.
Yes. Thank you, Viraj.
Oh, sure. Yes, sir. Did you do some research on ChatGPT on the Vyapada?
No, not just now. Not just now.
See, I just did it just to make sure that what I said is there in ChatGPT as well. It says Vyapada is I have Vyapada. So V plus A plus Pada. But in Pali it appears as Vyapada. It comes from the verbal root Pad, to go, to step, to strike, to move towards. So Bya means against, opposite, hostile. Okay. So Vyapada is moving strongly against something. So you're literally going down. It is active hostility, is what it says.
Beautiful, Vilaship. I never thought that way, So it is an excellent way to remember it, because whenever we get angry or, any kind of that type of emotion in the mind, we are reaching all these places, right? So
yes, while living in the human body, you have reached there. It's not that you are going to die something and do it. You are just there. So it's
Correct.
dangerous.
How much we need to be careful.
Yes. So don't get heated up. That's the reason when you are watching those India videos, I say that don't get heated up. It's
Yeah.
not worth it.
Actually, last 3 months, ever since you're there, I didn't watch any video or
Don't
any,
watch.
any even movies also. No, nothing. So it is actually much peaceful.
You can watch Tom and Jerry if you want.
Yeah, I'm watching your video every day. I thought I'll just stop it and see how that mind works.
Yeah. So that's the reason in that sutta Buddha says Charan Nama Chitta. Watch it. Don't watch anything. Just watch the mind. You see it's going here, it's going there, it's going down, going up, going here. It will make house. Don't make it make an house. The moment it makes a house, the dukkha starts. It creates a house. Never cut it. No home. At least make a higher home, which makes more sense than the lower. What are you going to do in lower being?
Very dangerous.
Pretty dangerous. And the fuel is kamachanda. So the vyapada will thrive. If you remove the vyapada, kamachanda cannot thrive. So the both are gone. Hostility. It's not about getting upset at something. That's not vyapada. It's hostile behavior that comes out of revenge, resentment, and all of that. That you have a malice, that you have a ill will towards that person. If something bad happens to the person, you celebrate it. And that's being vyapada or vyapada.
It's beautiful, Vilash. And you also said about that politician who died, and I didn't even hear about that news at all. So anyway, I know him after accumulating all this wealth and everything. When your brother and uncle was watching it, they were keep perceiving so many things, right? Instead of, the reality is that he's gone and he didn't take anything.
No,
Whatever
the
he
fun
did.
part, I'll tell you how the moha works. They're seeing I've built a meditation house above their home, right? It's very funny, right? And then people keep on donating and they don't understand why they are doing this to me. And so many people keep coming. See, that day when these people had come, we had one retreat done in Bangalore recently where Mrutyunjay and Veena also had come. For a few hours, we made it. My brother came with water bottle, gave and everything. He didn't even feel, let me ask, what do you do? Why do they give you so many things? Right? And I and my wife are surprised. They're actually puzzled that they see day in, day out, they're seeing. They know I'm doing this. They know there's videos of mine. But they don't even ask once, tell me what you really do. Why they keep on asking you something? It's so funny, right? That's moha.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And when you say this, I think I've told you before. I remember that words of Buddha. It's like a spoon. You just stir in the curry. It will never taste the curry.
Exactly. Nothing you can do. So it's really funny. I mean, on top of that, they say if you get more, give it to me. It's even more dangerous. It's worse because they don't know what they're uttering. First of all, it doesn't belong to me to give it to someone. Now, on top of that, you expect that I give you is another thing, like the chocolates. Now I made it like instead of donation, I made gift. Okay, now you can give to anyone. Because if you say I'm donating it to you, chocolates, I can't give it to you a single person because it doesn't belong to me. So how can I give it to someone? It becomes stealing. So when you said it's a gift, I can give it to anyone. Gift is something I can give to anyone. But if you say donate it to Dhamma, then I can't give. I have to only give it to those people who are on Dhamma. So where will I find that somebody comes to my home, he's come for Dhamma and I'll give him a chocolate. Now that you are in Dhamma, please take one chocolate or take as many as you want. So I can't do that if you bind me. I can't do it because it's stealing and I can't steal. What to do? I don't know. I can't throw it out either. So, like when I sold off that Mac Mini, I told Lata also that I'm exchanging it. She said, you can do whatever you want. I said, no, you have given it. You three have given it. I have to tell you that I'm doing this. So when I went to US, I exchanged it to this iPhone. Okay, so that's anyway, it was a donation. So this is also a donation. So that's a phone is a donation. Doesn't belong to me. If I take it, belongs to me. It's a stealing. Taking something which doesn't belong to me is not. It's stealing. I can't take it. It's not mine. It's donated to Dhamma. In fact, I'd asked once to Aryu, the laptop which you're giving, is it gift or is it for Dhamma? He said it's for Dhamma. That means it's not belong to me. It's stealing. I can't. I have to. He's given it for my custody. It's like I'm protecting his asset. So I have to put an asset tag. It's like, just like in ABB, I have asset tag. It belongs to ABB. It doesn't belong to me. In the same way, it belongs to Dhamma, not to me. It's a Dhamma product, item. It's not mine. So in that way, nobody has given me anything for keeping. Actually, this whole table to everything is belonging to Dhamma. Otherwise, it becomes stealing. And stealing has a consequence of 4. Anyway, I can't go down or up. That's a secondary issue. But that's what it is. So, vyapada, going down. Glad that even ChatGPT says that it is stepping down. Okay. Any questions before we close? Yes, Ellie. Oh, you have a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had 2 questions. First, I guess simpler. So knowing that your uncle has this kind of tendencies and can get heat up and be in Niraya for this state, is it a good thing to trigger that in him by closing the TV and let him stay in there for 10 minutes?
No, it was so loud that I couldn't speak to him. He wanted to meet me. So I went there. So I asked him the question, you want to meet me, right? He said, yes. I told him, me and TV don't go together. So till we finish our conversation, I'll switch it off. I don't watch TV. There's nothing to watch. So I took the remote. He was holding the remote. I pulled the remote, switched it off. That's it. Done. Just wanted to see what happens with the addiction. Like a drug addict, he's so pissed off.
Mm-hmm. But he could develop a more bad karma for hating, let's say, our hat.
Yeah, he might. I don't.
Worse.
I didn't know, right? I didn't know that he's going to get so pissed off or so worked up. But it was very funny to see him getting worked up. But there's nothing. There's some debate happening on TV, and half the dozen of the debates are useless. Actually, they're just politicized. For small thing, they make it so big. Anyway, that beyond the point. He said, mute it. I said, no muting, switching off. That's it. What's there to mute? If you mute, you will still be watching there. You are neither listening to me, nor you are watching that. So they switched off. Hardly 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes. I think we stayed for 10 minutes. So maximum would have spent 10 minutes because I was feeling uneasy that why I should do this. Let him see the TV, whatever he wants. And listen to this, is that you shouldn't have slandering, right? So my brother comes and he only called my uncle to stay. So if you call someone to stay and you're given the home for him to enjoy, so he's going to do whatever he wants, right? Now he's saying that, look how much he's putting TV, blah, blah. I said, you only called him, right? It's you called him, so you had to agree to the consequences. He's our uncle, so it's fine. You enjoy. Anyway, you like TV as well. All the 24 hours, in 24 hours, at least 18 hours, they are on TV, except for sleeping time. Always some movie will be running. You go drop it at any time. Some English movie or some Hindi movie would be running on prime time, on Amazon Prime or on this or on Netflix or something will be there. So
Yes. I think, like Buddha said, these lotus grow out of a very dirty water. It's surprising how these saintly person grow out of these kind of families after brothers and
yeah, my worry is, or rather, it will be not worry. It's an interesting thing that when these people come to that place for meditation, it's fun ride because below the TV will be blaring, the sound will be blowing out of the TV, and upstairs we are meditating, and downstairs they are living. Beautiful scene actually, to test their ability, to test how much patience they have and whatever they have. It will be fun to watch.
Be compassionate with us,
With whom? I don't know.
with everybody,
I
whoever is
am.
coming to
I
stay.
am. I am. What I'm saying is, I wish that if they come and ask that what brings what, I would tell them stop all of this and get relief. Come back as a human being again rather than going down.
Yeah, that is for me is so surprising. They are so close to you, but still they do not understand
No,
and recognize even.
that's very funny. They're
Yes.
very funny, and he's born along with me, right? So it's even more funny.
Yeah, correct. That's I'm not able to understand. You're so close, and you're giving a lot of discourses, a lot of people coming, and still that is not recognition. Okay, they don't have to be part of it, but at least that recognition has to be there.
Not
That's
there.
also not there.
No, on top of that, he says, next time if they give you something, give it to me. It's even more worse. I would give him everything and say that, okay, take it. If you feel that this is good. Like in Australia, he's bought so many chocolates, Lata. It is so funny. He spent $85 on a chocolate and it makes no sense. And I've given him chocolates. And how many chocolates will you eat? I don't know. Always eating, 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 eating. Anyway.
Yeah.
So sad. Actually, I feel he's my younger brother and feel so sad. Nothing that I can do for him. In fact, I can do many things for him if he just asks once.
Yeah. Anyway, he is a normal human being. In Bhagavad Gita also it says, somebody is living like that, don't disturb them.
Yeah,
Please.
let them sleep well. Let them sleep well and let them get used to sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it is close to midnight for Avanti. Oh, I think a midnight already. Okay.
The second question I didn't get to ask.
Yeah, you have another question. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry for Avanti. I just want to ask this maybe next time, but I'm thinking these four lower realms. I'm thinking the great amount of karma can be developed in the human realm because we have higher capacities for generating these strong
Not for
emotions.
all. Human
For all.
realm is a junction box, right? You can make it higher or you can make it lower. Yeah. So you know what? Thing is like this. Before you ask me the third question or comment, it's very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you can finish. I'll finish the question.
It's very simple, Aryu. Situation creates you to either go up or go down, right? So you just handle the situation. Don't get worked up on situation. You've done it. So you change the condition. Okay, the condition is the one which takes you up or down. So create a condition that will take you up in that situation rather than taking you down. That's it. The situation is going to be the same because that's coming out of karma. The situation is coming out of karma. But how you deal with the situation is where you apply your wisdom. So you can be unattached with a situation. So you've gone up. You can be so attached with a situation, it can go down.
Yes, that I understand from yesterday's talk. But I guess my general question is these animals, right? For example, they're not that intelligent, so they keep on going circles on the same behavior, karmic circle. So I'm just wondering, like, unless you've generated this, let's say, this karma for being in hell, some elsewhere, let's say in human realm, would this animal itself, being an animal for a long time, generate that
Yes,
kind
they
of
would. They would. Yes, they would.
outcome?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Just like a human can be human continuously, right? He has wisdom, but he is doing all the other things, so it keeps on coming to the same existence. See, it doesn't mean that you will always go down. If you have little bit of wisdom also, it will make you stay back in human, but a lower human. You got the point? Because you, let's say I had this much, then it's like uh, just like a waterfall. So you are up and then go down and down and down and down and down, right? So it keeps on going down. So what I could do is, as a human today, I have good intellect. Next one, the intellect will be lesser than this one. Then the next one will be even more lesser than that one, and then the less one and less one, because the moha keeps on accumulating because intellect is not there. There's no wisdom, right? The wisdom faculty keeps on sleeping away. So they can't get. So the thing is, you have to create the wisdom faculty. You have to develop the wisdom faculty. That's all even Buddha Dhamma is all about. Create the wisdom. Jnana udapadi, panya udapadi. These two. Jnana is knowledge. Panya is wisdom. You develop the wisdom. So if you want to develop the wisdom, your mind should have intellect. So the vyapa, it creates a situation where your intellect will keep on going down. Hostility creates you down. So animals have hostility. So their intellect is down. So they keep on rotating there, just like humans keep on rotating here.
I guess that energy can, intensify. Like even for
Yes,
lions.
it can intensify. It can intensify. It can even go away.
So I see some lions are being more mild and slightly merciful, as you say, but some are extremely monstrous, even kill a lot of territory. So those can generate even hellish energy from animals.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Like Lata's dog Bruno. Okay, that dog has been very nice. Let's say being associated with Lata. So it would have created certain conditions which will increase a little bit of jnana, will take it to a higher realm, like a human being, because it cuts off there. So then the next life it's human, like in the case of Bobby having Maya or Maya or whatever. So then it does the same thing, right? So then it creates, see, it is in a favorable condition. There are dogs which are in unfavorable condition, whereas in the case of Lata and in the case of Bobby, these dogs are in most favorable condition. So situation being the same, they are dogs, but the conditions is changed. So what happens? They might or they end up getting a better realm because their mind has been changed, being associated with these people. So that's the reason Buddha says find a Kalyan Mitta. Because for civilizing your mind, you require somebody, right? And then that person will change your way of seeing things. So your mind gets changed, meaning it leaves all of this and goes there. So you have saved yourself from going into the apayas. You can test it out in the whole day. You wouldn't get a single time when you get worked up. That means you've blocked it. You'll never get it. Then second thing happens after a while. The situation itself doesn't present itself. And then the third thing happens. It becomes unconditioned. which is Nibbana. Three things. First, the situation, condition is changed. Second, you don't have to change any condition, becomes unconditioned to an extent that the situation doesn't even arise. Then the third one, it's unconditioned. So 3 steps.
Explain.
Sure. So this time we'll see when I land in Newark, EWR airport. Let's see what the visa fellow is going to do to me, because earlier I was in a different state when I landed at your home. And now in September, we'll see what happens when he sees my eyes or when I see his eyes. What's going to happen? It'll be interesting watch.
I guess not everyone would be able to see, just like your relatives, but at least they would not have harm, right? Because they don't have
No,
anything.
they won't. See, the thing is like this, just like I didn't want to tell lie when I came to your house, or when I came, I didn't want to say I'm on a holiday or something, because I was not on a holiday. And he himself said, I guess you're on a vacation. I said, yes, I'm on a vacation. Anyway, I'm going to vacate things, right? Vacation means to vacate something. I vacated everything, so it's fine. So yeah, I'm on a vacation. I said, oh, good. So you have a friend in San Jose? No, I said in Mountain View. Ah, okay, good. Enjoy. That's it. Done. So let's see this time what happens. Okay, all right. Should we end then? Sorry, 10:05. Yeah. So tomorrow, Monday, I'll share my experience, and then we'll go to the top till the Brahmaradam, to the Abhasara and Subankina and Vehapada, all of that in this life. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.